So tell me about the writing process now, or with someone like Brian, how it used to be working with Rick and how it's different. Because obviously, you know, experimenting and doing new things and evolving has always been something you guys have been doing. So
it is. And obviously when you hire Brian / Danger Mouse, you're hiring a person that you know works differently than you're used to working. And that is part of the attraction. But at the beginning of all writing and creative process is the band in a room together jamming. We'll jam and we'll jam and we'll jam. And
for hours. For
hours, and beautiful things happen. And when they do, I try to capture them and remember this is something I want to put vocals on. And then, so yeah, we had 20 some odd songs when we met Danger Mouse, and he listened carefully to every note of every song. And he's like, there might be, 8 or 9 of those worth keeping, in my opinion, which is pretty beautiful for a guy to step in and be that honest and say, I'm not that interested in the other 20.
Right.
And we're kind of looking at you going, those are our babies. Are you sure you want to just toss those out?
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of Brian, is he's not afraid to say when he doesn't like something, when he does like something.
Yeah. And which were the ones that you wrote that were new to the process when he came in after he said that?
So the new songs that were written in studio, Dark Necessities was something that was born in the studio with Brian. I think the bass line existed, and then we just started piecing that puzzle together. Probably half and half. So half the songs we had before and half we wrote with Brian in the studio.
And is this writing process for you vastly different and more interesting? Because obviously it's a whole different way to work, right? Because and I know we had spoken about it before, but even, his background being in Nars Barkley and a lot of his hip hop influences and things like that, it's just a different take on things. So
yeah, it's not vastly different. We're still writing a song. We're just doing it a little bit faster and starting with maybe Brian would suggest that, Chad, play something from James Brown, circa 1965.
Right.
And just keep playing that over and over, and then Flea, if you get an idea, jump in. The thing for me is I have to write my part really fast because we're in the studio recording a record, and they'll give me what they did that day and say, okay, go home and come back tomorrow with a great song. So the pressure cooker is on, but I don't mind that because I'm a procrastinator by nature, and I'd rather write the song on the way to the studio than have a month to go think about it.
And I know you're an avid bike rider, so do you put the music in your earphones, you ride it on your motorcycle on PCH, and do you come up with lyrics like that, or is it some other way? I mean, what's the best way that you've learned to write lyrics?
Every possible way at your disposal.
I never see you jotting things down, so they're not like, you're not just writing things along the way when you come. It's just more when you're at home, you're in solitude, you're writing things. Or
I'm a very sly jotter.
You are? Okay.
Yes. No. I jot on planes. I jot on trains. On the bike, I'll pull over. Like if I start getting a melody in my head that I like, I'll pull over and get out the stupid phone and record it into the phone.
You listen to the tracks when you're on the motorcycle, like some music sometimes?
I do. It was easier when I rode a bike that had a CD player, and I could listen to it outside of headphones. Yeah. Like my old Harley Davidson had this big speaker system, and now I'm on a BMW and it's a little more high tech. But the car still works for me. I love riding in a car.
Cool.
You can pull over in a dirt parking lot somewhere and just get down with your pencil and paper.
Yeah.